Hey, what up, Jay Morn here? I thought I'd go live because I am kind of irritated tonight and I kind of want to get some things off my chest because there's a lot of people out there using the Native American stuff uh, as political crap. And to me, that is just not okay because it's just teaching hatred. And for me, I'm a native Alaskan, and that requires me to think about how people are in days that I kind of get irritated. Because I wonder how my tribe or my culture, as I say it, because Native American is just not a bloodline, it's a culture that is rich and full of vibrant life. And to me, that is one of those where we as human beings need to come together and find a new solution to, as I say, end hate or begin anew with everything going on in this world. Because for us being here on Earth, or however you want to believe where we're at, we have come to notice very different changes in how people are raised, how they act, how they feel. We are taught now to acknowledge people's feelings, but yet, if we're taught to acknowledge people's feelings, why are we creating a hate that is toxic to the soul? I ask this because it's just something that bothers me. And with it bothering me, and not only bothering how everyone acts, I always try to find a new solution, a new way to think without everybody getting, as I call it, butthurt, or however you want to say it. Well, it's just more of everyone's now so far into, well, this person's doing this person's doing that. What can we do as human beings, as souls on this planet to change the world? And for us to change that mindset would be great, to help other people change their mindset, to help them grow as individuals, not just sit here and expect everyone to fall into line because they hate this person, they hate that person. Hate is toxic to the soul, in my opinion. Not only is it toxic to the soul, it is very much a very hardcore theme that you see all over the news, all over the radio. If you're listening to talk radio, stuff like that, you've got both Republicans and Democrats throwing hate back and forth. And the people that are stuck in between are the viewers or their listeners. And to me, that's not okay. We're here to learn to coexist with each other, not here to just spew hate left and right. Not only are we expecting people to change on the fly because of their political beliefs, and we see this every day. We're sitting here viewing how people take in what's said on the news. I don't care if it's Fox News, CNN, CNBC, ABC, NBC. I don't care what network it is. One way or another, hate speech is still getting out there. And just watching the news, like I will go through every news channel and I will pick out things that are so hateful. And it's because it's advertised the way people are talking. They want to get their point across, but you can hear the hatred. You can feel it in your soul when you watch this. And that's just the experience that I'm getting. Being like this is not okay these days. Whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, Independent, Greenpeace, whoever you vote for, whatever party you are affiliated with, take a step back and realize what they are saying. What type of subliminal message are they promoting to their voters, their viewers? And take that into consideration, because if we do not, as human beings, our subconscious learns these things even on a conscious level. I know this from experience because I've been a hateful person. I admit I am not perfect. But at the same point in time, I've done damage just being hateful, damage to not only my soul, but every person that I have been angry or hateful towards. It's not appropriate in my eyes. And what can we do as individuals that actually want to grow, want to be in this moment of compassion? But yet, all we see nowadays is hate this, we hate Trump, we hate this party, we hate that party. And it's not appropriate these days. As somebody who will sit here and speak out as an individual, not only as an individual, but someone who is still learning to control that emotion, that primal emotion that completely annihilates us. I find it interesting that when you think about what you are doing and how you are actually acting with these people, doesn't matter your color or your race or anything, how you're interacting with each other as individuals. What are we subconsciously teaching each other, and what is going on that makes the world so hateful, so despiting to be around? I'm a gamer. I'm in school for graphic design, and I'm learning more about who I am on the inside than just listening to all this hateful speech. I've gone through Facebook, and it makes me physically ill just knowing how people act and blame other people for their actions and their reactions. I've been in broadcasting for 10 plus years. I started off doing this behind a microphone, no web camera, no computer in front of me, with a very, very dedicated group of teenagers. Of course, I was 18 and 19 and still trying to learn my career. I am going through more education to better my life. And right now, all I'm hearing and seeing when I look at the news or whatever I am paying attention to, it's breaking my soul. It's breaking my heart, because the empathy for people is getting worse. Not only is it getting worse as we're individuals, it's getting worse to the fact that we are sitting here arguing, complaining about every little thing someone does. And it's sad when I can come on air and speak my mind, and this is how I learned how to broadcast, is I just spoke my mind. I didn't script it. I did not get it edited. I like raw, uncut things. But now, with the standards of today, being a broadcaster, peace and love is nowhere to be found anymore. The mantra of peace and love itself helped bind a group of people together, like groups of people, all races and color, were united because of peace and love. But now you've got hate speech throwing left and right. And I use this as a very prime example, being a Native Alaskan, a Native American, born on U.S. soil, with Native American roots, hearing cultures from all over the world being compared to trash, and I just don't know how to say it. I'm just speaking my mind, because the more people get into what we do as individuals, it becomes more apparent that we, the people, aren't being heard. I don't speak about revolution because revolution comes with an idea, not a whole bombardment of you need to follow this or you're going to be hated. You need to follow that or someone's going to take you out. That does not go well with what's going on today. I learned from my experience just watching powwows, not only that, gathering of women's rights, men's rights. Yes, I've seen the Million Man March. I've witnessed what these groups are marching for, peace, love, whatever. But in the last 5 years, it's become nothing but hate and hurt and entitlement. People are taking advantage of the free speech movements. People that are marching for jobs, equality, those are fine. But when it comes down to speaking hate, just, it blows my mind. It blows my mind to the point that I wonder what's going to happen in the next year. What's going to happen in the next 2 years? And I don't see invasion. You know what I see? I see someone trying to defend our borders, not from an invasion, but to say, hey, where's our money really being spent? Where's the U.S. tax dollars really going? My fear is that my taxes aren't going to programs that it should be going to. I speak as an independent. My tax dollars should be going to education, helping maintain our roads, maintaining our defenses, maintaining that veterans get health care, maintaining that my Social Security will be there when I'm turned 65. Stuff like that needs to be addressed. Not, we need to feed these people coming over our borders. Okay, so if we have the money for it, after we pay off everything, then yes, let's set aside the money to help them. But what's going to happen when we set all this money aside for people who are coming to better their lives that are just jumping over the border? Not coming in, not learning about U.S. customs, not learning about what is appropriate for the mind for them to become citizens. Yes, I would love to see many immigrants that are coming illegally become citizens, but I want to see them become citizens properly. I don't want these border sneakers who come in and I've seen this before, where they wait at the Department of Labor. They go there at 6 a.m. They wait till the doors open. I believe it's 8 o'clock in the morning at the Department of Labor. And I'll just be blunt. I've seen this in Santa Fe, New Mexico. I used to live there. And it's sad because a lot of these guys are getting turned away for not having a citizenship, but yet they're still waiting to get employment, the benefits. And I've seen that some of the administrators will go and help them get stuff, paperwork done for jobs, citizen classes. I've seen that, but I've also seen where they wait outside 24/7. They will camp out in parks. I've seen them under bridges. It is sad that we have come so far in helping others, but yet we refuse to help ourselves and help the people who need it at this point. I'm not here for whatever. I'm just speaking my mind because I want to see change. I want to see proper change that helps everyone, helps people of all descents get their lives back in order, work in order to help their families go above and beyond. I have empathy for people, and at this point, my empathy is very thin. But I want to see people grow and prosper to where we are all together as individuals, getting along, helping each other out like we should be. That's just who I am. I know there's many different beliefs in how people perceive them. I may not agree with most of them, but I would love them unconditionally as human beings, people who have rights. I don't feel that hate should be used as a weapon against anyone. It makes my soul cry. It makes everything so much harder to take in these days as we come to a precedence of everything going from bad to worse to even worse. I've heard predictions of World War. I've heard predictions of Civil War. I've heard predictions of invasion. But we, as individuals and human beings, need to take a step back and look at history and why it's being repeated. It may not be being repeated the same way, but we're repeating the actions that are coming forward. I believe history is a great teacher. And the reason I use history as a teaching tool whenever I talk or I give my opinions is because I want people to understand that we've gone through genocide, we've gone through depression, we've watched civil liberties be fought over. And this goes from generation to generation to generation. But yet now we're in a new version of what I consider a new civil war. Everything is digital, everything is used on the news, swung both ways. And to me, I want to see something peaceful come out of this. Your opinions matter, but our leadership doesn't think our opinions matter. They preach to us that, oh, we need to be this way, but yet they can sit and take vacations instead of making deals and taking what they've promised into hand and deliver what is needed. I love people, and I wish people would understand what is going on is affecting everyone. I may get one view, I may get multiple viewers, but this is just who I am, what I believe. I don't care to say hateful things about anyone due to the fact that it just gets me nowhere. If we can learn to be empathetic, if we can learn as a nation to come together, not spew hate, not take and rip souls out, basically, we will get along just fine. This is who I am as an individual. I believe that there are individuals out there that believe what I believe. I believe there are individuals that have their own beliefs on what's going on. Give or take, you guys are all genuine souls. And as someone who is just wanting to be able to express how he feels about what's going on politically, my political stance is I don't care. Because every time I look at it, I just all I see in this world is sadness, like melancholy per se. But as somebody who's here to learn, who's here to actually give a crap about our world, now that's something that I'm willing to put my life on the line for. I'm willing to stand up for everyone's rights, whether I agree with them or I disagree with them. And there should be more people like that out there. It's sadness that everybody has their political stance. And to me, being in that moment, in this absolute moment of clarity, what can get done to get people back to work, to get people like you and me, who are everyday Americans, immigrants, working to harmony. I don't see that happening anytime soon. I see this shutdown as motivation for the other sides, actually both sides, to not want to work together. And if it's going to be like that, we need to have officials or people in there that are motivated enough to actually say, hey, enough's enough. And when we think about it, just being enlightened with the knowledge that we're being given, and for us to pick and choose what we believe is true and what we believe is false is key. No matter what, I will never understand politics. It's not my arena. My arena is art and design and educating myself to further my goals. Now, I don't know about people who are paying attention. I don't know about people who are watching Fox News, CNN, CNBC, MSNBC, or reading newspapers, online ads. I don't know what you guys are reading, but I would love for you guys, as individuals, to take all the media that you can take in and pick and choose what you hear and what you see or what you read. Compare it to 10 different news sources. Because if they're all saying something about the same thing that you're hearing, then something's right. But if they're all ass backwards, pardon my French, not wanting to really give you a full picture, then something's wrong that you need to figure out what they're hiding from you. Because if they're hiding something from you, What else is being hidden from you? When it's your God given right to give knowledge, as, as heartbreaking as it seems, knowledge is key. Not only is knowledge key, but it's required as things go on. So, but yeah, that's exactly what's going on. Whether we like to admit it or not, we tend to fight what's going on visually. And I say this because I'm doing this because I love what I do. I love being in this world. I love being around people. I love learning. But what I don't love is seeing how far hate has really come as we are getting ready for 2020. Not only that, 2021. And we're so far into this hate speech, Twitter, like blow up. Like, I'm gonna just tell you right now, someone who treats the world the way they do or takes in what they're doing. Some of us do not have a filter. I'm learning to have a filter because I have to, doing what I love. And with everybody here in the world, either having no filter, no empathy, a filter, empathy, or just not caring about themselves. Those are just opinions. Those are just natural. The natural selection of everything. Now, I'm sitting here live from my home office, and I want to be doing this from another office where I am doing what I love. And for everyone who wants to know more about their mindsets, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I encourage you, because no matter who you are, what you do, how you act, you're all unique. You're all here on a journey that will get you to grow. Now, let's go into a little bit of tweets that I've been seeing. And I'm just saying this because I'm very interested on how the world is right now, okay? All right, 23 hours ago, Static X. Okay, that's understandable. That's pretty cool. All right. Happy Death Day to you. Oh, that's cool. That's going to be a good movie. I saw the first one. I actually liked it. Here we go. Now, more stuff. Wrestling. More wrestling. Okay, I'm a big wrestling follower. So I don't speak about wrestling too often, but it's just a soap opera that keeps me distracted while I deal with the world outside. All right. Oh, now we're going to talk. So, one of my favorite TV shows of all times is Trailer Park Boys. And the reason I'm going into this is because I just came across a tweet that really sparked my interest. That's how things work. And I got off the political rant because that's just my opinion. It's not healthy for me to bottle that up. I don't see any point of bottling. But I follow the Trailer Park Boys and the guys at SwearNet religiously. SwearNet, there's a shout out to you for free. I don't expect anything back from you guys. I just want to show my love and support for you guys. And when it comes down to it, and I don't promote a lot of things, but I will promote things that I love, which is movies, video games, TV shows, products I actually use on a daily basis, such as my Amazon Fire Stick. Great $20, $25, $30 investment. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but I love it. I prefer it over live TV. Seriously, I do. Like just small little products, art projects, anything else I'll promote for free because that's just who I am. And it's not one of those where I expect anything back because I'd rather pay for my stuff, show it off, give them a shout out, post it. Saying I'm thankful for the company, such as Nintendo for releasing the Retro NES, the SNES. Please, I am begging you, please release the N64 version because I will be the happiest man in the world to see another fine classic hit the table. That's just what I'm asking for. Don't know if it'll happen. If it does, thank you. If it doesn't, Sony, I did not like, and this is going into my gaming, I'm getting off track here for a minute. I did not like the Sony Classic, but the only reason I will ever own it, and I plan to own it, is for Final Fantasy VII. Until Final Fantasy VII, the remake, hits the PlayStation 4, then all bets are off. But that's just me. I would love to see Sega release a classic retro of their old systems. The Game Gear, the Nomad, the Genesis, Sega CD, Sega Saturn. And their final system that ever was released before they just quit was the Sega Dreamcast. I would love to see these systems come back in a retro form from Sega directly. I know you can get Sega games and emulators on Steam for Sega, but it's not the same. It's not like actually having that old 16-bit or 32-bit system sitting right underneath your TV. Old school graphics. Love them old school graphics. Now, another thing I'm thinking they should re-release, and it's just what I'm thinking off the top of my head, and this is live because I'm just going to use it raw, is releasing the Japanese versions of the 3DO. I would love to see Atari come back. Atari, mid to late 90s to be exact, had a system called the 3DO. It was their version of Sega CD when PlayStation hit. 3DO was still competing with, and 3DO hasn't been, Atari hasn't been around for a long time when it comes to systems. But I know that Atari games have migrated to Xbox, PlayStation 4, just to keep them up to date. That's just my personal opinion. I could be wrong. I haven't researched it. This is just an educated guess. It's like Sega decided, hey, let's get out of the building consoles and just sell our rights to our games to our competitors and make money that way. Sega, please. That's like claiming bankruptcy. To me, you're better off competing against all these companies. You guys could have made billions like you did originally. But that's, again, my opinion. So let's get off that. Let's get on to a whole new topic. And let's see how things really go. So I'm going back into a little bit of the political talk because something just reminded me why I'm doing this. YouTuber April LaJune made a comment earlier, well, yesterday, that irritated me. It made me look something up that I knew wasn't right. And no offense to this woman at all. I don't agree with her point of view, but she has a right to her point of view. Here's where I took very much offense to what she said, stating that Martin Luther King was a Republican. He was neither Democrat nor Republican. He was an independent who stayed away from politics, but when it came down to civil rights, entered politics for that reason. I'm sorry, but he was not a Republican. Nor was he a Democrat. No one knows. No one really knows. Because you go on, you've got sites that say he's Republican, you got sites that say he's Democrat. Wikipedia is very inaccurate. But when it comes down to things that are being said, I do my research. And I searched 10 different sites. Not once did they mention party affiliation. Not once did they mention anything. We do not know. And the reason we don't know is because all that information is lost in history. Whether he was Republican or Democrat, what's going on has set back civil rights for God knows how long. I think we're in like 70 years. Hold on, let me 64, 74, 84. Nope, we are actually in 50 some odd years. I wanted to be sure. And the reason I say this is because I would rather be honest about what's going on than sit there and say, oh, this person was a Republican. He had no party affiliations, not one bit. And for people to use his I Have a Dream speech and use parts of it to promote hate, in my opinion, and I will voice this very directly, you are disrespecting a man who stood up for civil rights, not only for African Americans, but for Americans across the United States, giving them the opportunity to grow and actually understand that they have rights. Yes, the civil rights was meant for African Americans because things from Civil War that were promised weren't being followed through. And when it comes down to it, and if people would do their due diligence and read a history book, read multiple history books, understand that freedom was spilled in blood. Now, if we don't look at history and we just take it as history's been removed from school because it shouldn't be taught, we're never going to learn. So when it comes down to the civil rights, when it comes down to the freedom of slaves, it's been over almost, it'll be coming up soon. Like, we're getting close to 200 years, give or take 10 or 15. Who knows? I'm not paying attention to history. It's hard to know the date exactly, but it's coming. No, hold on. We're coming up on it, aren't we? We're coming up on that 200-year mark for the Civil War. That's right, we are. And the Revolutionary War's 200-year mark was 1976. It'll be 300 years in 2076. It'll be 300 years. Hold on. Yeah, it'll be 300 years. Since the Declaration of Independence was signed in 2076. Hopefully I'm immortal and in a robot body. Just kidding. No, really, not kidding. I actually mean that. With full presidents, I will be a robot, which will be awesome. If we're still here. Now, if we're coming up, no wait, 1886, 1976. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, we're coming up. We're shy about 2016. Oh, we're still in like the low 200s. 200 some odd years since the Revolutionary War and the signing of the Declaration of Independence. That's history. And if you think history isn't important, think again. Because what we're repeating right now is what we fought for when we left England. Then the Civil War hit. No, wait, hold on. Yeah, it goes the French Indian War, the Revolutionary War, Spanish American War, the War of 18. God, you guys are going to make me think of history. I could be wrong about dates, but I know 1776 because that is when we declared our independence from England. Then what do we keep doing? We keep doing the same mistakes. The forefathers of every person that is of English descent, German descent, French descent, all came here to escape tyranny from their own countries. We're all immigrants except for those who were born here. Those whose families were born here prior to Plymouth being settled. Prior to Columbus discovering the Bahamas. Yes, that's right. We all came here seeking freedom. Now, freedom comes at a cost. No one seems to get that. So, anyone who wants to argue that point, please get a history book. I got 3 of them. I read history like I read the newspaper. That is my newspaper. History is my bread and butter. I educate myself because history is important. Now, for those who don't think history is important, I'm sorry. Learn your Constitution. Learn your amendments. Learn what's being stripped from you. Then tell me it's a good idea. I would love to sit down and interview a couple of my friends who I have mad respect for, and I'm actually thinking about doing this. Is I'm going to sit down and interview people that don't understand history, and I'll have someone who understands history. And I would love to have that public forum debate, because that public forum debate will show how much we've lost all these years. Now, it's a beautiful night. It's just January 23rd. 2 more days and we will have had it has been a month since Christmas. Now, for anybody who understands how that works, is we're into a new year, new things, new us. And I would love to just continue having insightful debates with people. Actually, as I call them, not insightful debates, but the give me a second. Okay, that's what it is. Insightful conversations. And if you've got a valued opinion that you choose to view and give to us, then I implore you to contact me here on YouTube. Give my message box a shout. Please come with some respect. I will respect your opinion. I will respect if you want to join in on this debate. And from there, we will go live every few days, discuss current events, movies, whatever, and just talk about what's there. Inspirationals, I just choose to speak my mind. And for those who are here, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you like the content you see. I would love to get to know you guys more. And I would love to do this live vlog more on a live uncut version, because every vlog I've watched I don't agree with half the vlogs I see. And that's because they're edited. And when it comes to editing, it edits out the emotion. It edits out the rawness of everything. A lot of the vlogs are great. I will tell you that. But at the end of the day, as someone who is trying to break out of his shell, I notice things that people don't pay attention to. But now the people who are broadcasters or actors, musicians who are BMI, FCC regulations, actors guilds, they understand this. And the reason they understand this is because they've been through this. As a broadcaster, coming here talking about what's going on as an individual, I appreciate. So, for all those out there, my name is Jay Morn, and I'm here to guide people through the next 1,000 years of whatever. No, seriously, whatever we want. This is just who we are. So, I'm going to take some time, and I'm going to say thank you for watching. If you like what you see, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'll be posting more here. I'll be doing live vlogs. Not only live vlogs, I'll be sitting here, hopefully interviewing people, hopefully getting more people actively involved, so that we can bring you things that people don't tend to think about. My name is Jay Morn. I am signing out here, guys. Have a wonderful night. Many blessings.